Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'm so sorry for the initial mess up. So we'll start
No,
once
no,
again.
no.
We'll not waste time, for all the viewers who have, I hope, been in this room. Thank you so much for mentioning, sir. Just video bit up. Yeah, now it's clear. Great. Okay, good evening, everyone. Initial small mess up, but then we'll start again. Doesn't matter. So today we have with us Sid sir along with us. He's a person from Bangalore. He's been running lots and lots of mileage. I'll request everyone to please keep the mic on mute so that there's no disturbance once we interact, and it will be clear and audible to everyone. So Sid sir joins us from Bangalore and he's been running lots and lots of miles. He's been a scientist at DRDO lab and he had started speaking before we realized, that there's a thing. So I'll request sir to please start again. And we know you're getting late because you sleep generally before 7 o'clock. So thank you so much everyone for joining. And sir, welcome to the show. Over to you. Please start your journey again, as I may say.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you, Romilji, and hi everyone. uh, I'm Siddesha, so passionate runner and a retired defense scientist with a rural background, with a lower income group family. My both parents are no more. Uh, I did my schooling in a government school, a village area only. So up to high school, I was in a rural school and did my 12th, of course, also in a government college. And after 12th, I joined the Air Force and I did my degree in electrical engineering and came out of Air Force to join Hindustan Aeronautics, Bangalore. That was in 84 to 87. And 87, I joined, no, sorry, 81 to 84 was HAL, and 84 to 1919. So that means nearly 34 years, 35 years. 84 to 86 for HAL, sorry. And 87 to 2019 was ADA, Aeronautical Development Agency, who designed and operationalized the light combat aircraft Tejas. So there are two squadrons flying with Air Force right now. There's out of 83 more aircraft. It's forthcoming, and I was one of the main designers taking care of aircraft engine and the
Wow.
supporting system of the light combat aircraft Tejas. And so that I headed the directorate as technology director for nearly 20 years, and I also took over advanced LCA design, the light combat aircraft Mark II. That's called LCA Mark II. Mark One is for those who are the fighter aircraft enthusiasts. Just I'll spend few seconds only, not more.
Sure, sure, sir.
Light combat aircraft Mark 1 is a 13.5 tons category aircraft, and Mark 2 is 17.5 tons aircraft, whose capability will be at least about 30-35% more than Mark 1, and it will have the latest 4.5 generation technologies, except stealth. It's like it can give good competition for Rafale and SAB. Okay.
Wow.
It's forthcoming. It should be flying in about 3 years. It's in advanced stage. All the preliminary designs, everything is over. So I retired from the company Aeronautical Development Agency in 2019. Later, I was cooling my heels, taking care of all my personal things, which I could not do past many, many years. So I joined a multinational company who has the Indian subsidiary. They wanted me to develop the business and make in India products for the defense. So I'm heading few projects there. So I'm working full time also. That's about my profession. But on my profession, if you want to further want to know, I have lots to tell. But since we lost some time, so I just skipped a lot of things. Coming to running, it was a strange thing that happened to me. Sometimes in 1992, when my wife, she's agriculture scientist, she has been in University of Agricultural Sciences, Bangalore. At that time, she's PhD. She had to go out of station for attending a seminar in, I think, Punjab, Ludhiana. At that time, I have to take care of my son who was in the nursery, not even LKG, nursery, and his exams were going on. So then I'm, at work, especially for those who work, had to work more in government. Those who don't work, there's no issue at all. So they don't have to work. So I was a workaholic guy. So I was finding it extremely difficult because by the time I come home, I'm so tired. I need to retire, eat and sleep off. But how to find time? So I decided I'll spend few, maybe 30, 40, 50 minutes in the morning hours for my son. So how do I do it? So I used to make notes and take my son for a walk. Make notes, all these nursery means rhymes, spelling, all these small chota questions, these kind of things. So started once these exams got over, and when my wife came back, then I told my son, we are able to walk, why not we run? So slowly started jogging, and he was also running with me and all that. So finally, when he went to fourth standard, he said, Dad, it's enough for me. I will be on my own, because he got into cricket. Then my daughter took over, and I continued the same thing with my daughter. And my daughter played for state seniors, Karnataka state seniors. So she played nationals.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. So it started in 1992. To be very precise, it was 13th September 1992. I still remember. So I was basically a sports person. I would play anything. I just will be on the field, be it the kabaddi, kho, cricket, football, volleyball, anything. I would just go and play. Whoever is playing, I would just go and play. So by heart, I was a sports person. So then when I started running, so that continued. I initially never used to keep count of my miles, but sometimes around 2000, I thought I should find out how much I am running. So when I checked, it was like 6 to 7 kilometers, and I was so cool. Then I increased the mileage to 9 to 15. By the time I came to 2009, I could run 30 kilometers every day. 3 months I ran. That was in 2009. I got fed up. Then I reduced it to 21 for nearly 6 months. Then after that, I joined a group called Bhukamp in Bangalore. So then on, I never looked back. So then I thought, since I'm in the group, I have to be more disciplined, and I have to, attack my fellow runners. So I started logging more mileage, and when I kept count, I was getting close to 90-95. I thought I should get into 3 figures. So that's how my 100 number came. So then from 2010 onwards, I was doing week on week, without stop, running every day, 100 kilometers per day, per week. And it used to be about 5,500, because some months it used to be more than, some weeks it used to be more than 120, 130. So it on like that. So my first marathon was in 2010. It's called Kaveri Trail Marathon. I got my gold medal. My second marathon was 50. I ran 50 ultra. So there I got silver medal. So like that it went on, and I have run most of the major marathons in India: Mumbai, Hyderabad, Delhi, Pondicherry, so many marathons. So maybe runs, if I see all my certificates, it may be close to 75, 80 official runs, but I'm not keeping count of the half marathons and full marathons.
Right.
Uh, Initially, I was not giving. I'm very particular about warming up, stretches,
Right.
core strength, all these things I do. I spend nearly 45. Earlier, I used to spend more than an hour. So now I'm little organized, and my strength training, the mobility exercise, the warm up stretches. It's about 50 minutes before the run. And I also added post run. I used to just freak out. Oh, run is over. I'm so cool. So I don't have to do anything. My job is over. So that's
Right.
how following day, the stretch used to take care of all my previous day run kind of, the uh, kind of uncomfortable feelings. But off late, during the COVID, I started taking the post run stretches seriously because
Okay.
there was plenty of time. I don't have to worry. So when I come back home, what do I do? Work from home. So I started doing post run stretches. I found it's very interesting. So whole day I'm able to move around as if nothing has happened. So that's how I also increase my mileage. Post run, mostly it is stretches on all the joints. Generally, I focus on joints, all the joints from
Okay.
top to bottom, the neck, the shoulder, the hip, the knees, the ankle, glutes, uh, uh, hamstring, groin. I work on all these parts which take part in the running. So I have to tell them, Baba, please cooperate with me. Don't give me any trouble. I want to run. So
Right.
it's not that I have a easy time. Every step is painful. Every step. The moment you put one step, some part of the body says, please don't do today. You have to overcome
Right.
that. You have to increase your the pain threshold. I would call it as a threshold. So there is a threshold which is tolerable threshold is what you have to increase. There is pain. It's not that pain is not there. Every runner, however cool he is, I take a bet, he has a pain, he has a problem. But the moment you are ready mentally to increase the threshold level of your pain, and you little get organized during the run. If you can see the Facebook post today, I've just posted some few tips for long runs in that.
Okay.
So taking care of occasionally checking up your form from head to toe. You have to look at your this thing, and
Right.
instead of looking at the pace and everything, focus on the landmarks. For example, I have landmarks for every milestone. If I do a 40, I have a landmark at 3 kilometers. I have a landmark at 8, at 13, at 16, at 21. So I split it into smaller targets, and every time I complete the target, I'm happy. I get instant boost. I never think of 42. So when I get close to 42, then my real thing starts. So I stop it at 40, but 42 will go just like that. So I've done in last 48 days, not 48, 46 days. I've done uh, uh, how many? 33 marathons. 46,
Wow.
33 marathons, which includes 250s, about 3 or 4 48s, many 45s, many 43s, many 44s. So,
Wonderful.
yeah, believe me, if you believe in yourself, if you just slightly alter your the mental block and get organized little bit yourself, and always think of the smaller targets than thinking of full marathon. You will do it, but only thing you have to keep. Yeah, I'm a guy who doesn't, I don't work under pressure, because the moment I work under pressure, I fall. I don't perform. So I'm a guy who doesn't work under pressure, and I know that if I have to do a particular task, I will keep enough time so that the pressure doesn't bother me anymore, so that I can just focus on my task, even at work. So also here. So I know generally I can finish full marathon in races. Surely it's sub 4 is guaranteed, but in the training runs, it may be anywhere from 4:15 to 4:30. So I would keep 4:30 as my target. 4:30 I will keep, and then allow my body to perform. Believe me, consistently I am there anywhere from 4:10 to 4:20. I am there. Only sometimes it go past 4:30. Maybe out of 33 marathons, maybe about 3-4 have gone past 4:30, but all the time I'm between 4:15 to 4:30, but a couple of times I got close to 4, and one of the marathons I was up 4, training man.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Great.
in the month of May, I did 950 kilometers. And when I saw the mileage, it's 950. Why did I not touch 4 figures? That's how, that triggered me. And then
Wow.
to June, I did 1,150. July, I did 1,250. August was peak, 1,350. August,
Wow.
August, if you see, it's every day almost 42 kilometers on average. And September,
Amazing.
this month, I'm already through 10 days, close to 400, I think, or 390 or 400. So let's see. So I don't keep any target, but sincerely work for it. So get through it. So every time when I run, the moment I feel uncomfortable, I know there is some problem somewhere. So I would just look what is the problem. For example, your knee is something which everyone will have the problem. So the
Yeah.
moment you come across the knee pain or knee is not listening to you, take a bet. It's your fall. The especially you are leaning little bit forward is lacking. So the moment you correct it, lean little bit forward, and if you make the center of gravity of your body, center of gravity of the body is generally below the chest. So the moment you make yourself unstable, unstable means body when it leans, you should get the aid automatically without
Yes.
any effort. So the moment you lean little forward, so body will become unstable, and then it aids in moving forward because center of gravity is ahead of you. So weight will
Yeah.
push you. Weight will push you. So that assists you. So uh, the moment you get knee pain, you have to think that there is problem with your posture.
Wow.
Yeah, your upper body has to be slightly. You have to lean forward, and feet. Everyone will have problem with the feet. Further, the only cure is mid-foot strike. The moment you get into mid-foot strike, uh, uh, your most foot problem is solved. But still, the pain is there. But as I told you, the pain level, you have to, threshold you have to increase.
Threshold.
Yeah. And another tip, what I want to give you is the shoes. I strongly recommend that you should have 3-4 pairs of shoes which are worn out differently, not worn out in the similar pattern. For example, if you buy a shoe this month, buy another shoe next month. Don't wait till this shoe go bad. So keep about 4-5 shoes, but totally the investment for 5 shoes is going to be that much only over period of time, because those 5 shoes are going to stay with you for a longer time, and it's not you are investing more. So what happens is when you keep on changing your shoes, your feet get used to different kind of worn out pattern, and then also when you land it, every day the pressure is not going to be on the same area or the same spot. It's going to change. Uh, so that's another tip. One more tip what I want to give you is keep running on the different types of roads, be it the concrete or the pavement or the soft surface, untreated
Right.
surface. If you see my route, I have posted many times my route. So it's always, it's zigzag and it's a different pattern. So that also helps you in soothing your feet. And I always, oh, about maximum 1.5 kilometers only I would run straight. The moment I am done with 1.5 kilometers, I select a route such that either I make left turn or I make right turn or I make U-turn. So these kind of patterns you will see. The advantage of that is, the ankle and the knee, they are the rubbing surfaces. They rub against these surfaces. Uh, if anybody is familiar with bearing, bearing, the motor, automotive bearings, aircraft bearings, bearing surfaces, if you keep on rubbing on the same place, the
Right.
weighing at that particular spot is more. As a result, it starts failing. So the moment you take a left turn or a right turn or a U-turn frequently, that's going to change the rubbing surface. So by that, what happens is you will get instant relief. You will be surprised. Also, when you take turn, also your feet, the ankle, the feet, that also gets massaged. These are
Right.
all small tips which generally the runners neglect, and then they, after the run is over, they think, oh God, run it. I'm
Done.
done with it. देखेंगे बाद में. But I have to run every day. Another thing what I've seen is I don't take rest at all, not even a single day, because the moment I skip one day, the following day, that is first day I have run, second day I take a rest, third day if I go,
Sunday.
first 3 to 4 kilometers it's hell. It becomes extremely difficult for me to catch up with my form. So when I run every day, there's no issue. But when I skip one day, it becomes an issue. So that's why I thought, why I should skip, why I should struggle. Let me finish. So karke, I do it, and even my food habits are simple. I only follow the seasonal food, seasonal fruits, seasonal vegetables, and all the local cuisine. No burger, no whatever, no broccoli. Seasonal.
Nice one, sir.
uh, क्या बोलते हैं आपका?
Avocado.
Uh, no, no, avocado.
Avocado.
Avocado is local.
Okay.
It's available.
Okay, you get it. Nice.
Mushroom, unseasonal, no for unseasonal things.
Right.
And low. Generally, I prefer low carb diets. There are a lot of low carb diets which are filling, and I always
Right.
believe in filling, no light eating. I have to
Okay.
compensate what I have burnt. So
Obviously.
my energy requirement is like 5,000 calories per day. You can imagine. Because my normal activity needs about 2,000 and I burn about 2,500. So I average it out to about 5,000. But still, I make it around 4,000. I lost about 4 kgs weight last 4 months.
Has to be said with the kind of
Yeah.
mileage you're doing.
Yeah.
It has to
And
be.
always, what I suggest is you should maintain the BMI. Body mass index is very important. That helps in keeping your form perfect, especially the slight leaning forward and keeping the center of gravity of the body ahead of you is very important because that's going to push you. If you don't maintain BMI, you have a big tummy. What happens is you cannot lean forward at all. You always tend to uh, lean backwards. As a result, your hip and the toe goes for a big toss, and always you'll be overstriding. because
Okay.
they both act as brake. So you will end up doing overstriding. Your cadence goes for a big task. You can never improve on cadence. You can never improve on the overstriding, and you will really get exhausted, and you will think running is not my cup of tea. Let me give it up. And I think a lot of guys, because of these problems, they just give it up. So
Right.
maintaining BMI is very important. So anybody who is interested in maintaining BMI, they can go to YouTube. Just type BMI. You will get a lot of videos where it tells about your BMI, how to maintain BMI, and all that stuff. And if you want to reduce your energy, you have to go calorie deficient. You know, you have to burn
Right.
more than what you eat. The thumb rule, what I have experienced in my this thing, you have, if you want to reduce 1 pound per week, you have to go calorie deficient by about 500 calories per day. Your normal
Okay.
eating to reduce by about 500 calories. So you can be guaranteed per week you will go down by 1 pound with your normal activity. So that calories you can take care by low carb diets basically. So you can increase your fiber intake, you can increase your vitamin, protein, a lot of stuff which also gives you calories. But you have to control something which carbs, which converts into glucose.
Right.
So what else? And after doing so much of run, you will be wondering how I stay active. I do a full-time job because I eat early, sleep early, wake up early. You will really, if I tell you these habits, you will think I'm mad. I eat by 6:45. By 7:15, 7:30, I lay down. Bet you by now I would have finished 1 hour of sleep. Yeah, one hour of sleep by now.
No, sir.
Yeah. Uh, that's possible because you have to make at home, you have to make them independent. They should not be dependent on you. I made a system such that my wife is independent, my daughter is independent. They take care of themselves. And I take care of myself. And anything that is required, I would just attend. On my part, I would just attend and I am cool. So that's how I am able to maintain all that. And socializing, of course, I do, but socializing is mostly in the afternoons. No evening socializings for me. Afternoons, I just freak out after the run, especially Saturdays, Sundays means any amount I can freak out. But I should be
Right.
back by 4 because by the time I sleep, I should be normal, and then I have to be ready for next day. So sleep out by 7:30, and I'm up by 2:30 a.m. Yes. And the moment I wake up, first thing I do is, uh, even before I open my eyes, I keep 1.5 liters of water ready. I would just gulp it once. Uh, why I gulp once is, the water which gets inside should not, the air should not get trapped when you are drinking water. 4 5 times if you take, there'll be airlock, which will not help in clearing the motion. So I gulp one time. I start, and it's ended only when I finished consuming 1.5 liters water, and then I go sit in the toilet until about 1 liter of water is flushed out, which takes about 30 minutes. So by then I would attend my emails, Facebook, WhatsApp, everything I'll finish there itself. Then come out in about 30 35 minutes, sometimes maybe 40 minutes. But I'll make sure that my tummy is clear, my digestive system is clear, and the moment I come out, I would take a little bit of energizer. That's the raw peanut and jaggery. I would
Okay.
little bit, मतलब एक हाथ में जितना भी आता है, maybe about 12 13 of peanuts and about 1 spoon of jaggery. I would take consume. Then I make my own black coffee. Also take black coffee, and then do my workouts about 40 minutes, 45 minutes I keep. And about 15 minutes later after the workout to get ready to hit the road. So in those 45 minutes, I do stretches, warm up, mobility exercises, the uh, dynamic stretches, and also it includes the strength training. Strength is about 15 minutes of push-ups, then lunges, and leg rise. These are all combined. So 45 minutes take care of my body. So basically, I want to make sure all the top to toe, the neck, shoulder, hip, knee, glutes, hamstring, uh, knee, everything is lubricated. By working on them, they all get lubricated. So
Right.
the fluid, which is not really totally liquid, they get warmed up, they become liquid, uh, you know, and then I'm ready to go. Take about 10 minutes, all that. So this it takes about, after I wake up at 1:30, sorry, 2:30. So by about 4 o'clock, I am ready. About 15 minutes, because I'm a cool guy. I don't rush for anything. So I'll take my own sweet time, and by 4:15 to 4:30, I hit the road. And if I do full marathon, so I'm back by generally 9. That's my upper limit. Maybe 9:15 or so. If I meet some friends, take some selfies and this and that, that may take a couple of minutes more. But
Right.
to 9:30, I'm positively back at home. Spend about 20 minutes stretches again, because body, you have to, there's something called when heats up, when the iron is hot, you have to anneal it. Anneal means you have to relieve the stresses, whatever stresses that has happened to your muscle, to your body, to your joints. So you have to soothe them. You have to anneal them. The temperature has to be brought down very slowly. The heart rate has to be brought down very slowly. So I walk for about half a kilometer and
Okay.
come home, immediately take the nimbu pani with a lot of salt in it. So nimbu pani will help you not to get cramps. So, and again, I'll repeat honey, uh, then go for bath, and then have a sumptuous breakfast, which is enough. And hit the road, walk to work. About 1.5 kilometers, I walk to work, and I'm there at work by 10:15, 10:30. Work up to 6:15, and come back home and action repeat.
Oh,
On a working day, on a holiday, if I don't have any work, I would just give my body complete rest and then lay down and keep on working on joints. Uh, that's it. Uh, that's my uh, run routine last many years. But one thing what I have seen is running is very interesting. I always keep on doing R&D even during the run. So what happens if I do if I don't do mid-foot strike? So sometimes I would just don't do mid-foot strike, heel strike. Intentionally I do heel strike and see what happens. Nothing happens during the run. But the moment I come back, the moment I finish my stretches, then the pain starts. So that's where
right.
the say. So I I whatever problem that comes up, I experiment with those problems. And during the run, if you feel anytime you are tired, you have to think that there is some problem with your form. You have to improve the form immediately.
Right.
I at least about every half an hour, up to toe, I just check once whether I'm okay. Then keeps moving. That has become a habit for me. Up to toe, because sometimes unintentionally, unknowingly, you get distracted. You can't be focused. You can't be concentrating. So at that time, for sure, the moment you are distracted, your concentration, your form will go for a big task. So that's when you start feeling hurt. So that aspect also you have to take care. And breathing is something which is very important. Deep breathing, not shallow breathing. See, uh, the moment you start running, your heart rate increases. So that means heart will start pumping more blood. So blood will circulate to every part of your body. And the part of your body needs oxygen. So more oxygen is required. Oxygen is nothing but energy. So you need to take in more oxygen. So you have to have a deep breathe, not shallow breathe. Shallow breathe is like, you can do one small experiment. When you lay down, you put your palm on your abdomen.
Right.
Do a breathing. If you are doing a shallow breathing, your hand will stay there. It doesn't move up and down. But if you do deep breathe, you can see a little bit of movement. The palm, it's rising. So
Right.
you should. So breathing also is very important. And sometimes focus more on breathing through nose when you are in zone one, zone one. Heart rate. I don't know how many of you know. Heart rate is like 220 minus your age is the max heart rate. If somebody, if you go to YouTube, you will know 220 minus the age is the max heart rate for a person. For example, in my case, I'm 61. 220 minus 60, for example. So my max heart rate got to be 160, and 50 to 60% is zone 1, 60 to 70 is zone 2, 70 to 80 is zone 3, 80 to 90 is zone 4, and 90 to 100 is zone 5. So it
Yes, right.
varies for individuals. So I generally stay either in zone 2 or lower numbers of zone 3. So zone 1 is almost like no problem. Zone 2 is very good. Zone 3 is green. Zone 4 is yellow.
Yeah.
You should avoid, but you will naturally go to zone 4 when you are doing tempo run. But even in tempo, you can control with proper breathing. But uh, it goes. Most of the people get into zone 4.
Yeah.
But zone 5 is very dangerous. You should not get to zone 5 more than 5 to 10 minutes. If you are in zone 5 more to 5 to 10 minutes, your heart is going to burst. You are pumping more. So you are giving
Right.
more to heart. So zone 5 must be totally avoided. Zone 4 is okay, tempo runs. But tempo runs, if you can get into zone 3 during tempos, that is the best. That means
Right.
you're mastered running. That's the point. And on the BMI, if you want to know a little bit computations about it, anyway, everything is on YouTube. You guys can have a look at YouTube. But for the benefit, I'll spend a few seconds on that. The BMI is the weight in kgs divided by the height in meters square. In my case, I am BMI 21. So BMI less than 18.5 is considered lean, underweight. BMI from 18.5 to 24.5 is considered healthy. BMI 24.5 to 35, I think it's overweight, and over 34.5, it is obese.
Obese.
Yeah. So basically, it boils down to, anyway, you can do nothing with your height. It boils down to,
Right.
it boils down to controlling your weight. So there are many ways of controlling your weight, many ways of practicing food, many ways of consuming calories, which is required by your body. You don't have to depend on oil, you don't have to depend on sugar, you don't have to depend on ghee, the rotis. There are so many things you can avoid. So protein, if you're a vegetarian, there are many options. Don't listen to people. No, you must take egg, you must take fish, you must take. See, by birth, I'm a non-vegetarian. My caste, I'm a Hindu, by caste, my caste by birth, it's not that in between I picked up. So by birth, I'm a non-vegetarian, but I quit last 8 years. Uh, why I quit last, I realized just before the Boston Marathon, 2016, around 2014 or 15, I realized I'm not able to improve my form at all. Then I tried my level best. Every time, more I try, more I was getting hurt and pain and this and that. Then I thought I should reduce the weight. Then I got into this BMI business. So when
Yeah.
I saw then BMI is the weight is the most important thing. Then I quit non-vegetarian. Believe me, in 3 months it gave me results. My base weight was reduced by 3 kgs, which was good. I was
Wow.
from 68, I came down to 65, and I was cool. And suddenly my pace has increased. I started, performing well, and that's how I got into Boston and New York and Chicago and everywhere. So
Wonderful.
weight is something which one should take care, and you don't have to go to any dietitian or anything. Just go to YouTube and select what you like. There are many options available. Uh, I have not been a formal trained guy. I did not go to any coach. Everything I've done my own R&D, and then uh, that's where I am. I can now. I have a confidence. I can do marathons every day. But
Mhm.
anyway, I do because my weight is already. I'm close to 61. I think I'm burning more than what I am eating. I've realized my weight is going down and down and down. So now after 30 marathons, 31, 32, 33, I am giving 2, 3 days gap. So last uh, 7 days I did three. So tomorrow I'll be doing fourth. Uh, I, I'm just thinking I might do, but only after the run I'll know. I'm not an ambitious guy. I don't have
Right.
ambition. I just go, run, finish half, finish 30, finish 35, finish 42, and I'm done. So,
Amazing. But so, okay, I want to tell everyone, all those who've been watching us on Passion Talks, I'm sure you would agree, we've been having lots and lots of motivating, passionate people in the last about 30 to 35 odd talks we have done. But then, frankly speaking, you seem crazy, getting up at 2:30 in the morning. Most of the people sleep at that time. I'm sure the people who are listening here would agree. And the students, especially all those who are studying right now, they would not believe, But then, frankly, if you have got to do 1,300 kilometers per month, you've got to spend so much of time on your feet. And that's why, each and every word you started from aircraft engines to, diet and whatever, so much of passion involved. It was really a treat listening to, each and every aspect. But then, since you've spoken so many things, let me just revise for the benefit of our viewers. First of all, form, form has to be perfect if you want to avoid injuries and got to be a better runner. Weight, as far as emphasized quite a lot on that, weight has to be in control. You've got to find ways and means. And see the important part. It's not that if you're running marathon, you can eat anything. Generally our tendency is, आज मैं 30 भाग लिया, आज तो कुछ भी चलेगा मतलब ना. It's like every day becomes a cheat day if you're running so much. But then you got to have so much of discipline that then only it's possible. Again, he mentioned about terrain, the kind of shoes you should wear, keep changing. But then I'm curious how frequently a person needs to change. If you're running 1,300 kilometers or 1,000 kilometers per month, you're spending so much on shoes itself and they're so expensive. I mean, crazy again. Have a good regime of, warm up, stretching, strength training, and cool down, apart from the diet aspects he said. Food habits, focus on local food, seasonal vegetables and fruits. Keep your BMI in control. Focus on your breathing, belly breathing, your diaphragm, your hand should move up and down once you're breathing to, keep the things in mind. So there are lots of questions, sir. First, tell me your inspiration, your younger son, the one you were mentioning was in nursery once you started. He's the same son who's in New Jersey. You go and meet once you participate in the Boston Marathon, right?
absolutely, absolutely.
Wonderful. So the journey, I mean, must be amazing. The one you started running with once he was in nursery. and now you go to US, participate in Boston Marathon, stay with him, spend time with him. So must be a great feeling inside, seeing the thing. And as Vignesh had mentioned in the chat box, that tomorrow, congratulations, you will be completing 28th anniversary of consistent running. So that's a great feeling, sir, I must say. Okay, we have a lot of questions which have come up, and we'll be taking them one by one now, So, and one aspect, mentioned you are an R&D guy, both as a profession and as a hobby, because you experiment so many things in running as well. So I think that mindset of R&D continues in 24 hours, not just the office aspects of life, which is again amazing. So Andy sir says, Commander Anand wants to know, you are an R&D guy. What is the mantra for keeping yourself injury free while running so much distance? Is there any R&D too in that aspect?
Uh, while running, as I told you, it's a painful exercise. Every step you put is painful, but how to enjoy the pain is something you have to learn to live with. Uh,
Right,
I told you tip to toe. These are the parts you have to take care. Uh, the neck, for example, you should not look down or you should not look up. You should look at least about 20 to 30 meters ahead of you.
right,
That it's not only aids in keeping your body in a form, in the running form. It also helps in keeping your neck free, not tight. That's number one. Number two is the shoulder. You should open up the shoulder when you run, and the shoulder joints is something which should be moving, not your body. Shoulder should become like a fulcrum. For shoulder should be a fulcrum, and the arm should be at right angles. The forearm and the shoulder arm should be at right
right,
angles, and you should have a gentle push. You should not spend too much of energy. You just have a gentle push, but it's parallel to the ground. If you are running uphill, it should be the forearm should be parallel to the the terrain, maintaining the fulcrum position. Uh,
right,
and center of gravity, I told you, make sure you are always in an unstable configuration. I think if somebody is an aerodynamics guy, he will know the importance of unstable. Like fighter aircraft design, they are all unstable aircraft because the moment you give a response, pilots demands that you have to take a 8G turn or 9G turn, or you have to bank, you have to go up. The moment he gives command, aircraft has to listen to you. If its inertia is more, it takes a whole lot of time. By the time you get in there, you are shot. So you have to be
right,
unstable by moving your body out of your, by moving center of gravity out of your body below the chest. It has to lean forward gently. You have to push from your movement itself. Body will move little bit, air you will get. Then the hip, the torso, the glutes, the hamstring. All these parts going to tell you, especially the glutes and the hamstring.
hamstring,
These two pain you can control by either controlling the cadence. If your glutes is giving problem, reduce the cadence, uh, and reduce little bit of stride length. Because the moment pain goes, when you pick up your cadence to normal pace, then it doesn't. It says, "Oh, thank you." Uske baad mein it doesn't bother you. Believe me. So these are my experiments. Also, overstriding is something you should never drag your feet. You should focus
right,
on midfoot strike. Always midfoot strike. By that, what happens is midfoot strike and then controlling your cadence. Uh, the more is the cadence, less will be the stride length. So they are proportionate. For example, if you want to maintain a constant pace, let's say 5:30 or 6 minutes. So cadence and the stride length are linked.
straight length,
Stride length are linked. So by increasing cadence, reducing stride length, you can make up.
straight length. Right,
But with the same cadence, if you increase your stride length, believe me, it's going to end up in
Jeff.
overstriding. Overstriding is bad for the knees. bad for the toe. All these things. Uh, so remaining injury free is, again, I told you, it's R&D. So any part which hurts me, I'm going to put less pressure on that. My glutes give me problem. I tell the glutes, Baba, I'm reducing my stride length. Baba, I'm reducing my cadence. My feet gives me problem. Oh, sorry, I'm out of midfoot strike. So I'll get back to midfoot strike. The neck become little bit stiff. I know I'm looking down, I'm looking up, I'm looking everywhere. So I look forward. The shoulders occasionally gives you problem. So that means, again, you are not using the shoulder fulcrum, and not keeping the arms parallel to the ground, and not maintaining 90 degrees. There are so many things. So that's why I told you, doing R&D, and then whichever body part of the body hurts you, reduce the pressure there. There are many ways and means of reducing the pressure, and also now wherever the rubbing surfaces are there, should keep on varying the rubbing surface by taking left turn, by taking right turn, by taking U-turn. Don't run straight all the time. Don't run straight, and also change the terrain. Run on the pavement, run on the soft surface, run on the concrete road, run on the normal roads. Uh, and also sometimes, what I have seen. Sometimes when I change the route, I enjoy. So sometimes you change the route and see. And generally, routes are where there is no traffic. And my routes are, if I am running in dark, I run with the traffic. If I am running in daylight, I run against the traffic. I never overtake. I never cross the traffic in front of them. I will go from behind. And before I cross, I make eye contact with the driver. Make sure he knows I am running. I will not blindly, cross him. I won't annoy him by crossing the road in front of him. He'll get annoyed. So go from behind.
Wonderful. Great insights. Okay. Sir, another question is from Commander Jitendra Dutt Ratudi. So Ratudi sir and me were there in I am Lucknow, and we used to run together. And that time, your name came up once we were there. So he was pretty happy once we invited. So he wants to say, sir, thanks for sharing your great journey. You have been one of my inspiration and motivator from Kaban Park and Facebook post. So please share your secret for such high motivation, and that keeps you, going on and on for years. So what is your motivation behind?
See, there's nothing called motivation. You have to take care of your body. You just don't run one day and you see what happens to you. Just don't run one day. I'm a run addict. I get mad, So there's nothing called motivation. So you have to just maintain it. Just say do you skip eating? Tell me. You eat, right? And you, given a choice, you would eat more. Given a choice, you would try to do easier things, which, in my opinion, everything is the same. Every effort is the same. I don't consider anything easy, or I don't consider anything difficult. If I have to watch a movie, sometimes even watching a movie is painful. If I have to booze, go for a party, even party is painful. So like that, running is also painful. There's nothing called motivation. It is just, everything is in head. Just head ko, when you go out, you wear chapel, right? So shoes, chapel. When you go for a party, you wear night dress. So like that, आपको fit रहना है, healthy रहना है. Don't want to, trouble your family. See, just think. If you are not healthy, how many people are troubled? First of all, you are bedridden. Next, your wife will be bothered. Next, your daughter or son will bring food to your hospital. So many people will be troubled. So why trouble all of them? Stay healthy, do your job. So consider this as one of the routine activity which you have to do. Do it and leave it. You have 24 hours a day. Out of 24 hours, आपको तो 8 hours, whether you get sleep or not, at least 8 hours तो आप लेटे रहते हैं. You may get, out of 8 hours, 3 hours may go bad, and 6 hours, 5 hours you may sleep. But I'll tell you, if you run and go for a sleep, you lay down for 8 hours, 7 hours you will get a deep, good sleep. What else you need?
Correct.
And next day your heart rate is so low, your resting heart rate is so low, and you're so comfortable, and you will enjoy running. So motivation कुछ नहीं है. आपको you take care of yourself. That's it.
Right. So it's all about the choices you make.
Hey, hey,
Choice
That's
भी
it.
नहीं है. Choice, no, I don't even agree with that. Choice क्या है? There's
Romil,
nothing.
I'll just say hello to sir. Hanumantha sir,
Ah,
hello.
sure, sir.
Hello,
I
sir.
really enjoyed, sir, being in Ada as well as in Kaban Park. So love you, sir. Love you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So, Colonel Saab, there's nothing called motivation. कुछ नहीं है. It's all you. It's only who asked the question?
Sir,
Commander
I'm
Ratudi.
Ratudi, sir. I'm Ratudi, sir, with the Ada.
Hey, Raturi Saab, how are you?
I'm good, sir.
We work together.
We have been crossing Kaban Park, and I'm a big fan of you, sir. Commander Ratudi.
Nice talking to you. So, there's nothing called motivation. So, it's सब आप में है. You have to just wake up. The moment you wake up, supposing sometimes you may sleep more. You may end up sleeping 1 hour more. ठीक है, 1 hour ज़्यादा run कर लेना वो. See, sleeping 1 hour more is good for you. I never consider. Sometimes I am supposed to wake up by 2:30, and sometimes it so happens, I wake up in between for a pee, drink water, so I'll end up sleeping more. When I wake up, I'll see, अरे 4 बज गया. ठीक है सर, 4 बज गया था तो क्या हुआ? ठीक है, let me start my routine at 4. If I have to stop all my health activities by 9, ठीक है, 11 बज गया तो heaven is not going to fall.
Right. Absolutely.
So everything you have to take it easy, take it cool, no pressure. आप focus, आपको healthy रहना है. Don't compete with anyone, for heaven's sake. Even don't compete against yourself. उस दिन जो होगा वो भगवान दे दिया. भगवान हमको 10 किलोमीटर दिया आज. भगवान आज हमको 20 किलोमीटर दिया. शुक्र करो. Thank you God. बस.
Wonderful.
You have to stay cool.
Okay, sir. Now, one question which intrigues me, how does your family react? जब घर में 2:30 बजे कोई उठता है, तो how does your daughter or your wife feel, कि क्या फिर उठ गए? That kind of reaction. What is their reaction?
They'll all get worked up only when you don't discharge your responsibility. When you discharge your responsibility, जो कुछ भी है, whatever you are supposed to do, your share of work, finish it. They're happy. There may be many things. I'm saying your responsibility, it's a larger word. Anything small, big, जो कुछ भी है. In fact, when I wake up in the morning, I even arrange for my wife what she should cook.
Oh.
Kitchen table पे सब रख देता हूँ, so that the moment she comes, she gets cracking.
Oh, wonderful, sir. Great.
And you have to keep them happy. Absolutely, no doubt about that, because they'll be looking to you as a head of the family. So you look to them. At the same time, you have to take care of your health, because the moment you fall sick, everybody in the chain is troubled. Wife is troubled, children are troubled, people are locked up. कितना होगा देखिए. Whereas somebody else falls sick, you can take care of them. But if you fall sick, whole society will be worried. आपका रिश्तेदार भी आ जाएंगे घर में. अरे यार इसको कुछ हो गया. Let's go and see him. Everybody you are troubled. So keep health as the motive. आपको champion नहीं बनने का है. Okay, you have to stay healthy. You have to motivate the next generation. You have to make them good sports persons. Everybody will be looking at you. Your good habits will get propagated.
Great. Okay, sir. Next question is from Satish Gujran, sir, Mumbai. So, do you stretch after and before your runs? I think he has said. Wanted to know why suddenly started running 42 kilometers almost every day. Any particular reason? So that's an interesting one.
Yeah. See, I told you I'm an R&D guy. Especially during COVID season, I'm happy. The moment run is finished, I'm high. Already my endorphins levels have gone so high. I don't want to do anything. लेकिन कोविड टाइम में ऐसा हुआ कि वर्क फ्रॉम होम है, बहुत सारा टाइम है, मैं कैसे टाइम पास करूं? Then I started stretching. This post-run stretches I started only during COVID, somewhere in March. Then I find suddenly that the moment I do stretches, अरे मैं run ही नहीं किया. That's the kind of feeling I used to get. So I am a guy who used to run 10 kilometers a day minimum, and maybe 15 on a work day. And Saturday, Sunday together, I used to do 50. I think Raturi Saab knows about that. I used to tell him all my run stories. But during COVID time, मैं 15 किया, बाकी रन में घर में stretch किया, post run especially. Pre-run तो I was always doing it. 1 hour I used to spend. Now it's reduced to 45 minutes. Because जो unnecessary है वो सब cut कर दिया मैंने, cut down कर दिया. Only which matters for running only I'm keeping. तो stretch करने के बाद में next day I'm able to push myself. I'm able to run faster. ऐसे करते करते I reached 38. When I post 38, people were not believing me. When I say 38 day after day, every day I was doing 35, 38, 35, 38, 40. Then many people started asking, you are just bluffing. Oh, you show you can do 42. Teacher आदमी बोला हमको, ऐसा ठीक है कर दूंगा करके किया. Oh, one day you can do it. Show me whether you can do tomorrow. कल भी किया. उसके बाद में next day also I did. So 10 days row में कर दिया. Then those people stopped commenting. अब मेरा Facebook. I did 50 also. So 10 marathons in a row किया. बीच में एक दिन gap लिया. Then again I did 5. So like that last 46 days में I am at 33. कल सोच रहा हूँ पता नहीं क्या होगा, but I am not having many high hopes, but कुछ तो दिमाग में है थोड़ा. Let's see.
Right. Okay, sir. Another question is from Siddharth Rawat. He wants to know, and that's carbs are the major source of energy for long distance running, and seeing your mileage, it's difficult to understand how does a person sustain on low carb diet. What is your take on that?
See, basically, high carb is something which gives you instant energy. But if you want to run longer, you want to build muscles, protein, which is also a source of the energy, is required. Protein intake is required. Vitamin, minerals in terms of calcium, in terms of magnesium, in terms of potassium. These are something which overcomes cramping, getting injured, repairing all the ligaments, all the stretched parts of the body. So everything is important. So low carb diets are something which releases energy slowly, but certainly it keeps you fit. You try high carb diet, like pura you only eat rice one day, next day equal amount of calories. You try low carb diet, whatever you choose, and see you will be more energetic with low carb diet than high carb diet. You can try it out. So as far as I would say that you should focus on, of course, protein may you will get fed up eating only protein for the source of energy. How long you can keep on eating dal, how much you can eat vegetables. So thoda to chahiye aapko, rice thoda chahiye. So thoda to you can have, but it should not become major everyday.
Great. Okay, so another question is,
and this is my experience, so you have to believe. So अगर कोई बोलेगा, आपका dietitian बोलेगा ये नहीं है वो नहीं है. See, like doctors, the moment you go to doctor, orthopedic surgeon, he will say, no, you are injured, don't run for next 6 months. I don't go to doctors at all. Even if see, I believe in if I can walk, I can run. And I have never taken, even after my full marathons earlier, when I was abnormal, means I used to get cramps, so many things. But even then I used to, let me go for a walk. I used to go for a walk and end up running.
Wonderful. Okay, Vignesh will not take your question because sir फिर डांट लगाएंगे कि यार तुमने फिर motivation की बात कर दी, because he has already replied to that, motivation aspect. There is one question from Colonel Umesh Shukla. He wants to know, how do you deal with injuries and how do you know it's an injury or is it a pain? That kind of measure, differentiate.
See, injury is something you get shooting pain. Shooting means you will feel as if somebody is hitting with a sharp instrument. For example, आप मान लीजिए कहीं आपको hairline fracture है, कुछ ligament tear है, you cannot put a step. Believe me. But whereas injury is something which can be overcome by adjusting your posture, by adjusting your running pattern, by adjusting your running surface, the type of shoe. There are many ways of overcoming this thing.
Injuries.
So I have done all these experiments and I shared with you. क्यों मेरा
Wonderful.
yeah.
So, Umesh sir, I would request you, you also get into R&D mode and see, how different aspects you can cover it in your training to avoid injuries. Okay, so last question we'll take, sir. We'll not spend more time of yours because I know you are already halfway. You would have been asleep by now. So, last question from Colonel Alok. So, Colonel Alok, I know him for past 26 years and he used to be a great runner. But of late, because of the lifestyle thing, he's started again into running. So, what will be your tips, if somebody who's gained a bit of weight and wants to pick up running again? What is your take on that, sir?
I would recommend allow your body to perform. Don't force it, but you keep a fixed time. For example, uh, you want to keep low pace, like anywhere from 7 to 8 minutes per kilometer will be safe to start with, and I think you should graduate to 7 minutes in about 6 to 8 months or 9 months. And I bet if you follow this regularly, you will hit 6.5 minutes end of the year, and after that, your body will take care of you. So you should start with 7 to 8 minutes. Even if it takes longer, you should not bother.
Exactly.
But in about 1 year, and I'm telling you, you should keep enough time. Don't be under pressure, and don't compare with others. अरे यार वो he's able to run. क्या मैं 1 घंटे में I'm not even able to cover 7 kilometers. वो 1 घंटे में 10 कर दिया. Don't compete with him. आप slowly करो, and you are a runner. Runner is a runner. What matters is reaching the finish line. And if you reach the finish line, you get the medal. आपको और क्या चाहिए? जो 60 minutes में करता है उसको भी मेडल मिलता है, आप 80 minutes में किया आपको भी मेडल मिलता है. All are equal.
Wonderful. So, sir, that let's call it a day. Thank you so much, sir. So much of passion, so much of energy, so much of insights into all aspects of running. I mean, we couldn't have asked for anything more than that. Thank you so much for being part of it, and thank you so much, viewers, for being part of such an interesting talk. We are really blessed and thankful to you, sir, for being
Thank you so much.
here.
Thanks everyone. Take care. Bye. Happy running.
Bye. Good night, everyone. Happy running again. See you, sir. Jai Hind.
See you. Jai Hind.